All right, guys, this video's about money and madness. Listen, to be honest with you guys, if you don't do anything else, if your bank account's looking good, if you're making money, you're gonna be okay. Now, I told you guys before, you want to maximize your potential, get in shape, get your fashion up, get your finances up. You hear that across the board, right? You hear that. But if you don't do anything else, just make sure your paper's straight. Make sure you're making some good money and you're going to be okay. Because as hard as it is for me to say this, the average woman is not looking for a relationship. She's not looking for companionship. She's not looking for love. She's looking for a meal ticket. She's looking for a free ride. That's it. Guys, one particular time, well, I'll give you several examples. This one time, me and the guys used to hang out with back in the day, we went to a bar, and the one guy who was hanging out with my brother's friend, they went to school together, and he knew a lot of women. Well, he knew a lot of people because he was a big talker in college when he went to college. So we went to this bar, and one of the ladies that he knew from school, she was there with one of her friends. Oh, that's such, and he introduced us to her and her friend. And I think the first thing she said, when we was introducing ourselves to her, she's like, she's married. And it was like, oh, okay. So she told us that, we just said hi, this, and then we went on our separate way. I was at the bar, they was doing something else. I was at the bar chilling, and this they wasn't a couple, they just met up there, like when you meet somebody, they just met up there. So they sat next to me, they was talking, then they asked me a couple questions, because they was talking about something, they wanted to get another man's perspective on it. Anyway, so they hung out for a little bit, not too long. Then they went outside. They was talking a little bit more. Guy was getting ready to go. He had a nice, he had a BMW, nice BMW. I think it was like a 7 Series or something. It was years ago, but it was a nice BMW. It wasn't nothing against you people who get these cars, but it's levels to it. Oh, I got a BMW. Okay, but you got I don't know. I just know the 7 Series. I always wanted to. I don't know now because it's mostly like an old man car. Unless you get the sports sedan or the sports coupe or whatever. But as far as the 7 Series, I always I always like the 7 Series. So nothing against you guys who's getting these. Oh, I got a BMW, but it's the smallest BMW. It's the base model. Whatever. I don't know. Just rambling on with that. But he had a nice car. So they was talking. I see because I've seen them through my peripheral. And they was wrapping up their little meet and greet. So tell me, the girl that was telling us she was all celebrating how she was married and all this like that. That girl literally ran outside to give that man her number. So at that time, I'm already knee deep in it. Nothing at that point surprised me. Like I said, I hadn't seen it all, done it all, whatever. So nothing surprised me when it come down to a female. So when I saw that, I'm like, typical. Because, I was the way she looked, I was like, okay, you're married, you're with your friend, you're at a bar. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just certain ways actual married women move that's actually traditional women, right? It's certain ways they move. So when I saw that, I'm like, whatever. I didn't really, I didn't care nothing for. I just, all right, whatever, introduce yourself and win. But just the whole scenario, how she was dressed, and, I'm going to say this too, guys. A lot of you guys get offended by what I say. Well, not a lot of you. Some of them voice their opinion, but a lot of them, I'm pretty sure a lot of people who do watch the video, it's quite a bit of you guys and females that get offended by what I say. Last time I checked, whenever you guys, you want to challenge my videos or whatever, voice your opinions, you never call me a liar. You say everything about the video, but call me a liar. So that lets you know everything right there. At the end of the day, it's just, your feelings got into. I'm gonna say this, man. The truth hurts. The best way for anyone to get over that sting is to accept it. Understand, reality is always gonna be somewhere in your presence. It's not gonna help you by denying it. No, bro, no, because you're gonna have people like me who gonna tell you how it is, and that's it. That's the problem. A lot of people just living that life on the internet. We can just easily block somebody from telling you the truth, telling you something that you don't want to hear. Nah, when you walk outside that door, Reality, bro. All day, every day. But anyway, so I saw that. I'm like, okay, she, not surprised. 'Cause she looked like one, she looked like one of those street walkers, bro. Like, I'm like, all right, I guess, But anyway, she did that, and she came back inside and act like nothing happened. And I'm like, yeah. So that's what it is. Listen, guys, if you are the guy that have a lot of money, you have more options. Say this too. Oh man, you gotta look like this dude, and then you gotta have the total. No, bro. The total package is you having a lot of money. That's all it is. So I'm gonna say this too, man. It's gonna get real grimy, because if you're that guy who's doing financially well, I'm gonna say this too. Let me just be clear. You don't have to be making no $1 million a year. No. If you're doing good financially, I'm gonna say this too. It depends on where you're at, right? Because your income is gonna be different from my income based off of where we live. Different state, whatever. It's gonna be different. So again, I'm gonna use LA for a perfect example. Take your ass to LA and think you're gonna be all right making $6,000 a year. And I'm gonna say this too, because you probably have some people that's in LA making $6,000 a year. I'm gonna say, you got the rich area, you got the poor. I understand that, but go to LA making $60K and think that you just killing the game. If you go to LA, for you to live a comfortable life, you're gonna need to make 200 plus automatically. You're gonna make 200 plus automatically. That's it. If it's two of you, guess what? You better add another 100K to it. That's reality. So you probably live in Alabama. Well, the average household income is probably $30,000. So let's just say you live in Alabama. The average income is $30,000. You doing something completely different or whatever, you making $70,000 a year. So that's a huge jump, right? So with that being said, you're probably that homeboy that's making that 70. Your friends are barely making 30. They have wives or girlfriends, whatever. You think at some point in time, them women ain't gonna know how much you make? Because at the end of the day, if you guys just keep a lot of stuff secret, man. Don't be telling women all your secrets, your problems, or all your business. When you over here sleeping with these women, y'all tend to get real comfortable. Y'all want to tell a girl your social security number, where's the safe deposit box. Y'all give them all the information. They don't even ask for that. Y'all just rambling off and giving these females all this information, and you don't know how she does, man. She might be a criminal or set you up or something like this. So you gotta be very careful with that. So I'm gonna say this: you're that friend that's making $70,000 a year in Alabama, and everybody else is making 30. So in their eyes, you are a millionaire. So at some point in time, them same women that your friends are dealing with, shit, hell, even your brother, your uncle, whatever, they're gonna hear about you, and they're gonna go over there and try to get with you, bro, because you got a lot of money. So I'm gonna say this right now, man. Don't never tell nobody how much you're making, but some people are in that position, and I'm gonna say this too. You got some sleazeballs that don't give a shit, and they sleep with all their friends, girlfriends, their uncle wives, and stuff like that. They don't care. But that's what money will bring you, bro. Money will bring you chaos. That's why a lot of people that's wealthy, they always fly under the radar. Now you have some people who don't give a crap, you know what I mean? Because they all on the internet or whatever like that. I understand, but the average wealthy person, you'll never know, because they all carry themselves a certain way. They want to stay low key and out the way because they don't want the problems that come with their financial success. So if you're that guy and you need to find you a better circle, you shouldn't be the only guy that's making a whole lot of money while everybody else is down bad. So just keep that in mind. You're going to have a lot of women that's going to break, well, a lot of them don't even have a code, but they're going to break whatever code they have, whatever morals they have, just to get what you, knowing that they don't like you. They just trying to get what you have, and that's your money, bro. So just be aware of that. Don't go around life thinking that, I'm finding all these women who truly care about me. Nah, nothing. I just read a post a couple days ago for Justin Bieber. That man is still going through it. He already got depression issues, and he just put a post saying he get tired of paying for love. Like he said, if you got to pay for it, it's not love. He right. You got a lot of guys, and I'm gonna say this: there's nothing wrong with Justin Bieber. He's a good-looking guy. He got a lot of money. Chris Brown, same situation. Even though he be sleeping around or whatever like that, but he in a situation right now, he can't afford to give no any old chick. At least not in the United States, because at some point in time they're gonna try to set him up. He already knows that now. You know what I mean? He already knows that he gotta be very careful, because there's every woman out there that's trying to get with him is trying to set him up. And I'm gonna say this too: it's some good actors out there, but the best way to find out if she acting or not is stall out, bro. If she talking about, she want to get married in a year or whatever, wait 3 years. Take time to get to know them. At the end of the day, man, marriage ain't going nowhere. I tell you guys all the time, don't even get married, especially nowadays. But she's always pressing the issue that she want to hurry up and get married or whatever like that. Nah, bro, stall out, because a lot of them be faking, bro. They try to set up a good acting scene to where they get you caught up, like I said, get you married, have kids, and then all of a sudden they divorce your ass. Child support, alimony, you hit a whole 9, bro. So you gotta be very wary of that. So if you get women that's just throwing themselves at you, bro, it's a setup. You gotta be very careful with that. But like I say, man, when we was out there, partying hard, the wildest stuff, they will literally get the guys that has the money. They'll have the dudes trick on them, and then they'll go hang out with guys like us. And we ain't gonna do nothing good with them. It's all gonna be bad stuff. We're gonna put it on the internet, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's back then when we was young. We was out there was wilding, but still, I saw that every single time. It was always the guys that looked like they had money. They come up there in the car, and like I said, I told you guys before, it was rented. They'll go buy them a brand new outfit and all that stuff like that. They have a couple dollars in their pocket, and them women will always go after them guys. And then when they get what they want out of them, their money, they'll go ahead and they'll go sleep with the same guys they've been dealing with. So don't think because you're doing good financially that life is going to be easier. It won't be as stressful, I'll say that. But when it comes down to these females, you really have to guard yourself, because at the end of the day, the average female that you run across, she gonna want you for your money. She gonna want you for your money, bro. So you gotta be extra careful with that. But you will also see women that's not the women that you're dealing with, but like I say, your friends or whatever like that, your co-workers or whatever, they gonna hear about what kind of money you bringing in, and then the women, they're gonna be attracted to you, so they gonna automatically start coming around. I'm gonna say this too, bro. It's messed up, but it happens. It's gonna keep on happening. You're gonna have your best friend girl trying to get at you. You're gonna have your cousin best girl trying to get at you. You're gonna have one of your co-workers' wives trying to get at you. It's gonna be like that, bro. Even if you are in a relationship, they don't care, bro. Women are that devious, bro. They do not care. Like I told you, the girl at the little bar, she literally ran outside to get that dude her number, and she over here gloating talking about she married and all stuff like that. Those be the main ones that cheat, the married females, bro. Like we ran through them so many times back in the day, because all they do is sit at home. Like I tell you guys, this is the thing too. Whether she a stay-at-home girlfriend, or even though she automatically be a wife to be able to get that status, but you got a lot of guys out here, they tricking real hard. She's a stay-at-home girlfriend, a stay-at-home wife. Those be the main ones that be cheating, because all they do is do what? Sit their ass on the couch. They don't go to the gym, remember that. All they do is sit their ass on the couch and be on social media and watching TV all day and eating junk food. That's all they do, bro. So their life is boring. Their life is strictly on the fucking cell phone. That's all they know. They don't know nothing else. They don't know their neighbors. They don't know where the park is at. They don't know nothing. All they do is just stay inside the house all day and be on that cell phone and watching TV. So their life is boring. So when they go out somewhere like a club or whatever like that with all loud music bumping, and you got people hanging out, drinking, having a good time, they get really excited to the point where they want to live this lifestyle where they probably lived before they had settled down. A lot of them still living their life when they settle down. So they want to recreate what they had when they was younger. So when they go to the clubs or whatever like that, they meet these guys and it's a fantasy. They want to sleep with some random dude or whatever like that, or have an extra dude on the side, or have them come over there while the husband at work or something like that. They do that all the time. They'll be the main one who cheat, bro, because they ain't got nothing else. They don't have any goals. They not focused on anything. They not working towards nothing. All they do is sit down, watch TV, be on the phone all day. They don't be producing nothing. They just live a dull ass lifestyle. So when you come across a guy, and obviously he's not gonna look like her husband or her boyfriend, they automatically get turned on because it's something different. And then they'll go ahead and cheat because they know that, okay, well, I can lie to him only so much until he'll eventually he'll catch on. Or a lot of times they know that, okay, if I get with him, I know he ain't gonna want nothing serious. He's want to sleep with me and that's it. So they'll go ahead and do it right away because they don't have any time. They don't really have that much time to go on dates and all that stuff like that. And to be honest with you, why would you do that when you can do that with your husband or your boyfriend? Y'all already doing that, so they'll just use you for sex. And that's what they do. Those are the main ones. Those are the easy ones to get, bro. Not to go out there and do this. No, I'm not trying to put this video out in hopes that you guys go do ill will with it. No, I'm just telling you guys what it is. So don't go out there and be like, oh, AMA. He said, well, no, don't do that, bro, because I'm gonna say that even though we was doing it, it was wrong back then. It's wrong now. It's always gonna be wrong. You know what I mean? If you're a guy with morals, but don't go out there thinking that, all the married women are just A1. Like, nah, bro, a lot of them are jacked up. It's just, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like, well, once you do all this stuff with your husband, you can role play or whatever, act like you some stranger, you know what I mean, at the grocery store or whatever like that. I really don't know, bro. I ain't no psychologist, nothing like that, but this is what they do. But the money will bring madness, bro. So it's so important for you to keep that stuff private. If anything, if you deal with a woman, like, it's hard for you guys to do this because you're not disciplined. You want to go after the pretty girl you can find. She ain't got no job. She probably on drugs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like all these kids, and then y'all steadily go after them, bro. Get you a chick who making money too. I'm gonna say this: if you making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, don't expect to get no female who making $100,000 a month. Get you a female who actually doing good for herself. Maybe she's a director of HR or something, or the principal at a middle school or something. Somewhere she actually has a status, a nice income. You know what I mean? So she's not gonna make as much as you. You know how females do. Oh, if I make $1 million, she gotta make $3 million. You know how they do. But if you making that kind of money, don't expect her to make that same kind of money. You just make sure she has a damn career. That's what I'm getting at, bro. That way she got something to lose. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be dealing with no broke chick every time you gotta dig in your wallet. Now get you a chick who got money too. They out there. But anyway, just be prepared for that, because that's the dark side of money. You know, you got people that's, oh, you know, if you hit the lotto, you know, everybody be hitting them up, talking about, oh, I need some money or whatever. They never pay them back. But that's different. If you are that guy who's making some good money, I'm trying to tell you, man, them females will break. They will, man, they already don't have no respect for their husband, for their boyfriend. The stuff they will do, bro, remember, they don't have a job. While he at work, you know, busting his ass, whatever like that, she gonna be coming over there, leaving notes on your door. You know what I mean? Just actually, you know what I mean? Just random stuff, bro. Just to get in your little circle, whatever, man. You gotta be very careful with that. Me personally, if you got a female like that, bro, like if you got a female like that, you know that's your buddy's girlfriend or wives or whatever like that. Me personally, I'ma tell, and then they can take it how they want to, bro. I always been that person. I know females, they don't do that. Like I said, they all about destruction. They won't tell, you know, they best friend that, oh, you know, cheating on them, this and that, because a lot of times when females find that out, they friend, they end up turning on them. So that's why a lot of people, they don't say that, they just leave it alone. But the ones that encourage their friends to cheat, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you, that's what happens, bro. So that's the thing too. You know, if you're making a lot of money and everybody else not making really any money, either y'all need to figure something out, or you need to go ahead and find you a better circle. Not saying you should just stop talking to them, but you just need to get away from them. But I'm telling you this right now, man. If you that guy who got it going on, you got your nice car, got a couple dollars in your pocket, the women gonna cheat, bro. I promise you, 100%. And it ain't about necessarily your looks, but like I said, if anything, the less desirable you are, the more money you need to make. But that's if you don't do anything else, just make sure your money right, bro. Because at the end of the day, especially now, the woman, you know, I already tell you guys all the time, they pavement pounders, bro. All that get married and want to be happily and living happily ever after, want to be God-fearing, it's all baloney, bro. Don't even worry about this. So moving forward, keep that stuff private, man. But I'm telling you this right now, if they see you that you doing financially good, they gonna want a piece of that, bro. They don't care. They'll have a baby tonight, and then after they leave that hospital, they go right over there to you, bro. They'll go right. I promise you, I done heard all kind of stories. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that. But yeah, like I tell you guys all the time, ideally you want the total package, but to be fair, not everybody gonna be able to obtain the total package. But no matter what, if your money good, you gonna always be right, bro. Because women will do the wildest stuff, bro, if they know you got some money, bro. I promise you. I don't care. I mean, like I say, it don't even matter. And it ain't about what she do for a living or whatever. You can have a library. You can have somebody working in the FBI. You can have somebody at NASA. It don't matter, bro. Them women, they tend to operate the same. So just be aware that the money will help you, bro. So if you don't have anything else, just make sure you have the money. You're gonna be all right, man. So anyway, if you got any questions, any comments, you know, leave them down below. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and no matter what else, protect your peace, your pockets, and your purpose.